Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 57 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror campaign. Because it is Gothic horror, there may be some things that might come up to align for some people, such as talk about abuse or trauma, violence, blood, gore, body horror, child endangerment, and other such things. If there is something that comes up to align for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So as you can see, there are a few people missing from today's session. We will hopefully be having Alex and Yofi back next week to reprise their roles as Alex and Arthur, respectively. However, the time with Eli has come to an end. Things have come up in his personal life, and he is unable to continue the campaign. So, last time on Scion of the Dark House, you all re-entered the house proper and finally decided to brave the playroom, where you found a very large dollhouse and a new friend, apparently, named Holly, a porcelain doll who was played with by one of the twins of the original Kruetzwald family who owned the estate. She informed them that the key to the dollhouse was upstairs in the safe in the master bedroom. They found it was locked, not only with blood magic that Percy was able to undo, but with a puzzle that they quickly managed to solve and open the safe, finding not only the key to the dollhouse and various gold, gemstones, and other jewelry that was kept inside, but also the crown that was prophesied to be part of the regalia that Belladonna would have during whatever it is that she's meant to do. You all went back downstairs where you re-entered the playroom, unlocked the dollhouse, and revealed a way to open a portal, which you entered, finding a completely destroyed and ruined house in the middle of a swirling storm. Feeling as though you were being watched, you noticed that there were strange creatures floating around, similar to creatures that you have seen before. You also found a strange human man who at first attacked you with a lightning bolt spell and ran away. Before you all were attacked, by one of the large creatures. He assisted you, but ended up dying as you all successfully destroyed the creature in question. Percy revivified him and found several items on his body, including spell books and a small chest about the size of the palm of a person's hand, made out of precious metals and gemstones. Upon being revived, the man passed out. You all quickly decided to leave the realm, entered back into the playroom, and took Holly and the unconscious man back to the carriage house, where you are currently taking a long rest. So, as you all are resting in the carriage house, what are you all doing?
We've completed our long rest. We've all slept and...
No, this is in the middle of the long rest.
Okay. I mean, I would imagine once we got back, Percy probably would have tried to tend to this guy's wounds a bit, maybe before pulling up a chair next to him and maybe trying to nap a little.
All right.
Sorry, I was muted. Can we take a look at this spell book? Do we know already what's in it?
You did take a quick peek in it, and it appears to be absolute gibberish. You assume it's a spell book because of he was pulling it out while he was casting spells, but it is in complete and utter incoherent gibberish, or at least appears to be.
Can I use comprehend language on it? Or is that only on spoken language?
No, you can do it on text. I think it works on, okay. We're just gonna roll that it is for now. When you cast Comprehend Languages, you see the symbols move around and clarify. This is literally a spell book.
Dope.
It has all of his spells in it. And
Basically, kind of like mine.
Really it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I know what kind of spells he uses?
He seems to use a lot of conjuration and transmutation spells.
Okay.
Particularly things such as Everard's Black Tentacles or I think it was like Conjure Shadow. Various spells that conjure very evil things.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So, Percy, if you would like to make a medicine check to tend to this guy's wounds, you may.
Oh, that's a 22.
Okay. So it seems that he has sustained quite a bit of burning from the fireball. Of course, he has sustained quite a bit of damage from malnutrition, as well as he is just incredibly dirty. You do notice that the bandages on his arm are also incredibly dirty and look like they haven't been changed in quite a long time, but the blood is at this point brown. It's possible that the wound is still infected. You don't know when he got the wound, but as you unravel the bandage and pull it off, you do see on his arm, it looks as though he's carved something into his own arm in common, which is interesting because he didn't seem to speak common. It says just plain as day, "Don't forget, I am Oscar Kruetzwald."
Need to check my notes for which one that is.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I don't have notes about that.
I don't think you were there the session they found the family tree stuff in the attic.
So he's one of the kids. He's one of Wolfgang's kids.
As far as you're aware, he was 10 years old at the time he went missing, at the time the family vanished.
Yeah, Percy definitely looks very surprised and like maybe even like clean this guy's like face a little bit, trying to like see a family resemblance anywhere. And I think I'm like, this is Oscar, one of the kids from the hundreds of years ago. He's how is he still alive?
Can I do detect magic to not detect magic? If there, I want to know if there's some type of magic affecting his aging.
I guess that would be detect magic.
Could I do a Lark common sense check? I don't know. It's like, I'm like thinking back to a few sessions ago when we had conversations about how time flows in different planes of existence.
Oh.
If you would like to make I'm just going to say you can make a nature check if you want to.
Okay.
Are you casting detect magic?
Not yet.
Okay.
I got an 18 on that nature check.
Ooh. So yeah, time does, as you know, flow differently in the Feywild. Each of the different kingdoms' rulers can determine how time flows and how people leaving their kingdoms, how time flows around them and things like that. It's not unfeasible to believe that random demiplanes may have different flows of time. It seems like time was still moving because this person has aged quite a bit, but it moved slow enough that he would not have died of natural causes in that time span.
So yeah, so Lark's just gonna be like, Really, boys? It's that confusing to you. We just came back from 2 different planes of existence where weeks passed here and only a few days passed there.
Well, it's
Come
one
on.
thing for weeks and days, and another thing for 400 years?
Well, what do you think weeks and days add up to, darling?
I guess it's just some.
That makes sense.
I didn't think I'd actually get to meet any of my original family members.
Is he awake? Do we? No, he's still.
I think he's
passed
still
out.
unconscious.
He is still very much unconscious.
Why don't we just wake him up?
How?
Wake up! Wake up!
That actually doesn't seem to wake him up as he kind of.
Okay.
I think he might just need to rest for a while. It seems he's been through a lot.
I mean, if he's been stuck in that dollhouse, for lack of a better term, he's been stuck on the other side of that mirror for 400 years our time, and who knows how long that time? Yes.
He looks like an old man now, right?
He looks like he's probably in his very late 40s, early
Okay.
50s.
Ooh, no. Dang.
But just very haggard from whatever he's
Oh
endured.
yeah, very
Okay.
haggard, very sort of skin and bones. You don't know what he's been eating.
Gotcha.
Skin and bones,
So
big
not
beard,
hot.
lots of hair. No, not hot at all.
And from what I know of the timeline of the disappearance, he would have been still like a child at that
Yes.
time. Okay.
Yeah, he was, from what you know, he was literally about 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old.
Gotcha.
So it was like 40 times 10 around that, like the time dilation.
Something like that.
Yeah, like
I-
10 years here equaled 1 year there.
Well, I think the best thing we can do for now is probably just I can tend to his wounds some more and we can let him rest.
Probably take away his spell books and
Yeah, you can hold
Yeah.
on to that, Rerek. And he had like a staff too, right?
Yes, he had a wand, and then he also had
Cool.
a pouch of what appears to be like a components pouch.
We'll search him, and if anything looks remotely magical, I'm taking it.
Yeah, there's the pouch, there's the wand, there's the tiny chest, there's the spell books.
Cool.
Other than that, that's it. Nothing else seems magical or
Yeah,
that
I'll
might be
hand those to
used for
Rerek
that.
and be like, you can study these and see if you can learn anything from them, I guess.
Sorry, a video just started playing on my headphone and it's really
Uh-oh.
loud. 1 second. What the fuck was that?
aggressive furry porn.
Ooh,
Okay. Jesus. It was one of the videos I was editing. What the hell?
So it really was aggressive furry porn.
No. It was for work.
So it was aggressive furry porn.
Okay.
moving
No,
forward.
actual work. I work in marketing. Okay.
I mean, I will
Yes.
I will beat
Yeah.
this horse with a dead stick.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Yeah, we're aware. We are aware.
But yeah, so I hand Rerek all the magic junk and be like, you can learn from these what you can.
Nice.
I'll
Percy, darling. Your god gives you magic, and one of your spells let me talk to the frog people. Does it work on madmen?
I think Rerek just cast his thing and it works. I don't see why mine wouldn't.
No, I mean to communicate with him when the poor dear wakes up.
Yeah, I think the tongue. I would guess the tongue spell would probably work.
Yes, let's tongue your ancestor.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to just keep watch over him, I guess, and we can all try to get some rest.
Sounds good to me.
Good night, fellows. Toodles.
Pull up a chair and kind of take a little nap next to him.
Yeah. So Rerek, if you'd like to roll an Arcana check real quick.
Whoa, I just threw that. Where the? Okay. That was bad. There's 12 total.
Okay, well, I'll say that that's good enough. After kind of looking through his spell book while your comprehend languages is still up, you notice one of the spells in his spell book is a spell called Liamon's Tiny Chest. Not Liamon's Tiny Chest, Liamon's Secret Chest. It requires a replica of a small chest. Presumably, that is what the tiny chest is. He has a secret chest connected to this spell.
Huh.
And
well, as you know, the secret chest exists on the ethereal plane until it is called back to the material plane. And you can put a number of items inside of it. I believe it's 3 feet by 5 feet by 2 feet is the actual size of the chest. So anything that fits in there, you can hide it in the ethereal plane. It does have to be recast every 60 days, or there is a possibility that it will just vanish into the ethereal plane, never to return again. But he does have that spell prepared, and he does have the specific component for it.
okay, that's dope. Wait, are we keeping everything that he has?
For now.
Okay.
He did shoot us with a lightning bolt when we first got there, so he's lost his privileges.
Right. Okay. So this chest is pretty dope.
Is there a way for you to summon the chest since you have the replica, or does he have to do it?
I can learn this spell, but it's someone else's spell book, right? I don't know how this fucking works.
I think it's if the wizard who owns the spell book is there and helps you, you can basically learn the spell out of the spell book, but you can't just take someone's spell book and write down all their spells. Magic is a little bit funky like that.
Yeah.
Also, I think the chest, the secret chest, you can only get your own. You can't summon somebody else's. Even
That's
if you're
like-
using their component, you can't.
Just like they have biometrics and all that shit.
Basically, yeah, you can only summon your own secret chest. You can't summon somebody else's secret chest.
Okay, so this
Gotcha.
Liamon's chest is cool, but I can't use it unless he allows me to use it, or if he uses it himself.
Well,
what else we got? What else we got?
He just has a components pouch with various components for various spells. Most of them are low-level spell materials, but he does have a wand. You have not identified the wand yet.
Do I have to use identify on it, or is my detect magic not enough?
No, your detect magic doesn't tell you what it is. It just tells you that it's magical.
we're about to take a long rest.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and identify it since we're about to take the long rest anyway.
Yes, let me just check that the item that I'm thinking it does the thing that I was expecting it to do.
Wait, he has a staff and a wand?
No, he just has a wand.
Okay, cool.
He didn't have a staff. And it is a wand of lightning bolts. He has a wand of lightning bolts. You did notice that he does have the spell lightning bolt in his spell book, but he also has a wand of lightning bolts.
Cool.
That's redundant, but okay. Okay. Anything else in that spell
Nope,
book?
that's it. That's all he
Sounds
had on
like-
him. He didn't have a lot.
All right, I'm ready to rest. I think we're good for now.
Cool.
All right. So you guys complete your long rest. Nothing else disturbs your long rest. Holly does occasionally run around exploring the house just because she's never been outside the playroom before, or very often. And certainly not outside of the house itself. So she's running around doing whatever haunted dolls do in their spare time.
If that's not creepy.
And as you guys complete your long rest, one of the doors in the house, it was in the back of the carriage house. One of the pantry doors seems to have changed into a very familiar looking door. Interestingly, with a familiar looking sign hanging outside of it that says the Cuddly Rat. Just randomly, your cupboard has turned into a door to that, and the door opens and out comes a very familiar, odd, hunched old man who starts sweeping the floor in front of the door, just sweeping just your kitchen floor.
Percy is very wary of him after their last encounter.
Yeah.
Once the other boys get down to this level, be like, oh, so we have a visitor.
Oh, if it isn't our old friend Cuddles. How are you doing, Cuddles?
Oh? Where am I? This is very weird. Where am I?
You're in my carriage house.
Oh,
Material plane, if that helps.
oh, right. That happened. Anyway, I have things for sale,
Right.
if you'd like.
Oh, what do we got, bro?
And he kind of pushes open the door and kind of shuffles in with his broom.
I want to give one last look to Oscar. He doesn't seem like he's getting any closer to rousing, does he? Cool. Like,
Full on, seems like full on
he's
coma.
probably fine there for now.
Yeah, his shop
I was
is
like,
in
Holly, keep an eye on him, will you? Holler if he wakes up.
Okay.
I have a feeling if he wakes up, he's gonna blast her or something.
I mean, you never know. So inside the shop is about the same size as it was before, but it is a completely different layout, completely different items, completely different everything. As he kind of wanders around and he goes, oh, where did I put it? Where did I put? And he's like basically knocking over things before, aha! Oh, right. And he pulls up this, it's a strange looking almost gyroscope with various different wheels that all spin into this globe. And he turns to you, Rerek, and he goes, I forget, do you have a spell book yet?
I do. Do I?
Yes, you do have a spell book. I know, really bizarre question, but he's a really bizarre person, so he asks these kind of questions.
I have two actually, one of his and one's mine.
Oh. I think this item is meant for you.
Cool.
I think it's 1 copper.
Okay, I have copper. No, I don't. Do I? Let me check my inventory.
you most certainly do.
I mean, you have silver and gold and gemstones. You definitely have a copper. and change.
I have a silver. Can you give me change?
I think so. And he kind of
How much?
takes
How
the
much?
silver and he kind of flips it over. And as he does the thing that he did before. As he flips over the coin, it seems to transform denominations, becoming a platinum, a gold, a silver, copper, other denominations that you don't quite recognize before it turns back into a silver, and he slips it into his pocket. And he reaches into a random jar, and you hear clanging of change as he pulls out, good enough. And he puts a silver back in your hand.
Okay, so it's free.
He's
Thank
an
you.
interesting kooky man.
Thank you.
Let me see your spell book.
Here you go.
So he takes this sort of orb and he pushes a button on the top of it, and it seems to spin, the discs clicking together until it's a single flat disc that he then sets gently on top of your spell book. And it seems to sink onto the cover, and the center disc, part of the disc, seems to be an aperture that opens up. And inside, it's almost as if you're looking out of a window into a galaxy. There are nebulas and stars everywhere. Your arcane grimoire, which gives you a +1 to your attack and spell save DC, now becomes something of the, I need to get the book out. There it is. An Atlas of the Endless Horizon. Wait, let me check. I had this item picked out and then, nope, it is an Astromancy Archive.
Sounds fancy.
So it still functions as the arcane grimoire, so you don't lose that bonus. But it also gives you, as you kind of open your spell book, you do notice that some of the spells have been rearranged, as well as there's new pages that give you augury, divination, find the path, foresight, locate creature, and locate object. Additionally, if you spend 1 minute with the book studying it, you can swap any of your spells for a divination spell. So if you don't have a divination spell prepared, you can spend a minute to swap out one spell for that divination spell. Additionally, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge and force the creature to roll a d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty to the original roll. That's your choice. And of course, you can do this after you see the roll, but before its effects are applied. So both of those actions involve you spending a single charge from your spell book, and the spell book has 3 charges and gains them back at dawn.
Okay.
So that's what it becomes.
Holy
Nice.
hell. What the hell? That's so cool.
And
Thank you.
yes, of course. What was I doing? And he kind of stares off into space for a good hot second, as you're used to him doing. And at this point, I think Alex, who's in the room as well, kind of sidles over to you, Percy, and just goes, "This guy's fucking weird."
I am actually so scared of him. And I'm like definitely like at the back of the group.
And I'm like, I don't care. And I'm just hugging an improved book. I don't
Given
care.
Alex's mild personality change lately, Lark's just gonna be like, I'm surprised you're not trying to fuck him yet.
Ew. I have standards.
As long as alcohol's involved, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
And as he's kind of staring off for a moment, you notice there's a mirror in the back of his shop that ripples, and a new image forms on the mirror, and it seems to be a very familiar purple tiefling dressed in colorful clothes, staring back, as well as a golden monkey wearing a pair of spectacles with a book. And you hear, almost as if you're hearing it through water, "Oh, this is very interesting. I wasn't expecting that." And you see Lucky kind of looking through, and he notices Arthur, who's also in the room, and he just goes, "Arthur? And he turns to the monkey, "What's going on? What's happening?" And he kind of reaches out and touches the mirror, and it seems to ripple as he continues poking the mirror. "Ooh, don't poke it too much." And the monkey kind of pushes his hand down. Arthur's just staring at the mirror for a little bit.
Weird day, huh?
Apparently. What's going on? I think I found something involving my mom, and it involves you too. I don't need to yell, do I? No, I don't think so. Do you have time to talk? I think we can bring you through the mirror. Not for long, but for a little bit. And Arthur just kind of looks at you guys. Should I mean,
Bro, just do
Uh,
it, bro. Just do it.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably important for you, so go ahead. Be careful.
Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. I guess I'll do it. And then you see the monkey begin to ruffle through a box. "Ooh, give me 1 second," and pulls out a candle and lights the candle, and runes glow on it before the mirror goes dark for a moment, before this huge portal opens up. And you see the monkey and Lucky, as well as Chamomile, the owl bear, standing on the other side of the portal. Behind them is a huge library, soaring probably somehow 100-foot high ceilings, huge windows, beautiful architecture, white marble and gold and silver. And beyond, you see a blue sky with beautiful elvish spires rising up into the air. And in the very, very background, almost blue from the amount of distance, is a huge tree with golden leaves.
Oh.
And
Can I history check that?
Yes, you may.
Or nature, whatever it is, to see.
Either one, I would say. Either one.
Lark doesn't get a bonus to either. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
16's not bad though.
Okay. The tree definitely clinches it for you. This is the city of Kur Arbor, which is where you remember Lucky said that he was going before. It is in Sealy Fey territory. It is one of the only realms that doesn't have a strict Archfey ruling over it, because it was the previous kingdom of Corleon, the first elf. You don't know a lot about Corleon, you just know that Corleon is not there anymore. But the elves congregate around this tree. Most Sealy-aligned elves congregate around this tree and built this gigantic city called Kur Arbor, where they worship him. They also keep a lot of records involving elvish history in massive libraries. So that's where this seems to be. And the monkey just kind of looks at the candle, that you actually see the wax dripping down and the candle actually becoming shorter and shorter. And he goes, "Quickly, through the portal," before Arthur kind of awkwardly walks through and takes a single look back and is about to raise his hand to wave before the portal shuts.
Well,
And at this point, the proprietor of the Cuddly Rat kind of, "Ooh, sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart there."
you're good.
Where? Huh.
He
He kind of
left.
Oh,
This is our second time meeting you, if that helps.
no, it doesn't. And he kind of begins counting on his fingers. I've seen you all 20 times.
Like us, or like future
Yes.
us, or
Yes. And yes. And also no.
great.
And he
Well,
kind of
darling.
once again
Well-
starts staring into the distance, just really confused.
I'm gonna take that as encouraging words for we aren't dying soon. Maybe so he has to see us more. So
Probably not.
cool.
I'm forgetting something. Am I? Oh, shit! And he turns around just as you watch Bruno pick up both a statue and a green ball that starts glowing a little bit. And then the proprietor just yells, "Put that down!" And he jumps in surprise, dropping the ball, and it explodes. And I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
I got a 10.
I rolled 14 plus 5 dex.
I got an 18.
All right. So 15 was the DC. And if you rolled less than 15, you are knocked prone and you take 24 points of force damage. If you succeeded, you are not knocked prone and you take 12. This also includes Alex. So someone will have to roll for Alex, see how he does.
8.
Ooh, so he's taken 24 points of force damage and being knocked prone.
24 force damage. What the hell?
And as the explosion clears,
Where is his total life? HP?
should be on the first page.
37. What?
Ooh. He has really low health, apparently.
What the freak?
Good thing you guys have a lot of healing
shit,
potions.
he's level 8 on here.
Oh, he didn't level up, did he?
No.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ. So,
Well, just add 6 plus his constitution modifier and just pretend it's that until further notice.
wait. Too much. Wait, for
Well,
me,
24.
minus 20. That's 45. For him,
So then on top of his hit point maximum, until further notice, until he can actually level up, we'll do add 6 and then add his constitution modifier, which should prevent him from dying.
okay. Plus 12, that's 55. And his
And then
current
I guess 24 off
minus
of that. He's still alive. It's fine.
31. Jesus Christ. I'll put that in temporary. I can't even edit his. I can't edit
Oof.
anything.
Oh dear. That's not good.
So I'm just writing it down.
Okay. Well, as you all stand up and the dust kind of clears a little bit, you see where Bruno was standing is a pile of iridescent greenish dust on the ground. Next to it is a shattered orb that is just regular glass, as if there was nothing inside of it. Additionally, you also see his mace and what appears to be a drinking horn made out of a dragon's tooth with a long gold chain on it that are on the ground. But Bruno
God
and
damn it.
Julius are nowhere in sight.
Did they just blow themselves up?
What the? That's the most stupid shit.
What just happened?
That's
Cuddle?
where I put that. And he
Oh,
picks it up and he's like, oh, well, guess I have to find another orb of disintegration somewhere. And he just starts sweeping the dust into a dustpan.
They're just dead.
Bye, Julius.
Who?
I'm gonna miss you.
Do we need to leave? Is this dangerous? What is those were they're just gone. They're just fully dead.
Maybe.
I wouldn't think about it too much.
Does this mean Lark's gonna mage hand and grab the dragon horn thing and goes, what's this then?
I don't know.
I'm gonna mage hand the fucking drinking cup into my bag stealthily. Or I'm like, well, while Arthur's gone, I have a present for him when he gets back.
That is a fair point. An orb of disintegration.
It's like an insta kill.
Oh, remember, Percy, you would have taken half damage because of your brooch of shielding.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've had to deal with force damage or magic missile.
How about okay.
Ah, Cuddles. Do you have anything else in here that's going to try to kill us the next time someone touches it?
I don't know.
Here it is.
Sometimes the stock changes when I'm not looking.
Okay.
And he continues sweeping up the dust into a dustpan.
So, should we be going then?
Are we done here?
I don't think I have anything else to sell. I think that was it. This time. And at that point, you see him transform into his hybrid raven form. And for a moment, he stands there with his raven head, raven talons gripping the brush and dustpan and kind of... And then goes back to his regular human form. Ooh, it's really dusty in here. Well, hopefully I will see you again. Goodbye. Don't be
Goodbye.
shy. I'm sure we'll find each other again someday.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So
And
we'll
as you
leave.
leave and you shut the door behind you, you hear the awkward kind of clunk clunk of a door that doesn't quite shut right. Turning back, you see it is just the bare planks of wood of the old pantry door that doesn't quite close right. Once again, vanishing into the ether.
Okay.
You know, that was such a waste. That would have been a great learning experience for Arthur about touching things he doesn't know what they do, but he always gets lucky with it.
Right. Yeah. Percy just like sits down. I
Oh,
really
come
hate
on.
that place. I really hate it.
Cuddles is, I wouldn't use the term harmless, but not outward hostile towards any of us. Hostile.
Yeah. Any movement, Holly?
No, he's still sleeping.
Right.
Besides Percy, Cuddles just souped up Rerek's spellbook. He gave Arthur the dragon flaming bow of dragon shit. He's a friend for now, and at least probably partially invested in making sure that this whole reality doesn't collapse around him if he does business here.
We're technically down 2 people.
Yeah,
And for
yeah, we
some
are.
reason, Alex is so fucking quiet.
I'm just in shock. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
That was on point.
That's fair. Hey, Holly, do you recognize this man?
No.
Right, just checking.
Now, Holly, would you say that Oswald was like, how was he as a child? Was he nice? Was he kind?
Oscar.
I don't know an
Oscar.
Oswald.
Whatever. Oscar, I'm sorry. Did Oscar murder the family pets and bury them in the backyard?
No.
Oh, he sounds positively boring.
He liked horses and soldiers and wizards.
Lovely. Well, he seems like he was a lovely boy. So I guess I'll go do like another medicine check to see if I can get him to wake up, and if not, I guess I guess we'll just have to leave him here or something.
Yeah, you can do another medicine check.
Ooh. It's an 18.
He still does not wake up. He's stable. He's definitely stable now. But he still is not waking up from this coma that he seems to be in.
Cool.
No one has a glass of ammonia, like a bottle of ammonia.
I don't think so. No.
Why don't we call
Well,
up your mom, Percy?
yeah, I guess
She could do that ritual that sends us into people's minds again.
that's true. So yeah, I guess our options are go back to Darkmoor and see if my mother can help, or leave him here and we keep investigating the house, which I don't really think is a great idea to just leave him. So I guess my vote is going back to Darkmoor. Or yes, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I was like, am I thinking of a different thing?
No, it's Darkmoor. It's been a while since
Cool.
you've been back there.
Yeah.
How do we carry him around? Do we just like drag him?
I mean, he's not heavy.
I mean, Alex
he is
grab
in-
one leg, I will grab another leg, and then we just pull from there. How about
I
that?
think we could just take turns carrying, probably.
Speak for yourself.
Right. So is that what
Is
we
he
should
light
do?
enough for me to piggyback him on me?
Probably. He's a very unhealthy weight.
Like,
Skinny legend.
so I just try to carry him like this, and I'm like, oh, he's light enough.
So you think I look skinny?
Oh shit! Come on.
So
Okay,
is that
cool.
the consensus? We're gonna take him back to the hospital?
You really made the wizard carry this guy around, but fine, it's cool.
Why don't we have a cart at this point? I feel like we could use a cart.
We
Yeah,
are in the
we should
carriage.
look into that.
We are in the
Um,
whatever it was that we were staying at.
Also, Jasmine hates carts, so
Well, Jasmine can pull the cart then.
all right. I guess we can head back to the city, unless there's anything anybody wants to do.
Wait, didn't Arthur go through that freaking window? and
Yes,
didn't-
I don't know what that is going to involve at all, so I think
Did
that's just going to
Jasmine
be.
go with him?
Yep.
I'd
Okay.
assume so.
So we
I
don't have
think, I
to.
think he'll catch up when he catches up, probably.
Oh yes, we might see Arthur in a day, a week, a month, a year. Who knows?
That's fine.
Great decision making on his part.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, at least he'll be off-world when the world ends.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess we can get going. I can send a sending to my mom, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, coming home,
With
found Oscar Kruetzwald. He needs medical attention.
There is a long pause after you send the sending spell. And she just returns with, I'll be waiting. I'm very confused. You'll have to explain.
Cool. So we'll head on back.
Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty uneventful heading back through. Nothing seems to have changed, or at least not very much, until you get to the high street, where you've noticed that several other very small shops have all closed their doors permanently. None of the ones that you frequent, but random small ones that probably sold just random tat on the high street have closed. But the place where Fairy Godmother's was, there is now a sign in the boarded up windows that says, coming soon, Black Canary Designs.
Ooh, what is that?
It says nothing else. And it seems the actual sign that said Fairy Godmothers has been taken down, but the statue has not been taken down yet.
Let's pee on it.
I mean, you do it.
You can go pee on it, Lark. I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Yeah, so the hospital is pretty close, and you find your mother in her office sifting through various paperwork. As you walk in, she looks up and she just, okay, explain everything.
I just gesture for Rerek to walk in and show her the very haggard-looking man on his back.
Oh,
and then,
by the saints, how
then
do you
I
find these
lift
people?
up his arm into the bloody cut that says, "Remember, you are Oscar Kruetzwald."
Also, I drop him like he's a sack.
Oh my no! Yeah, I
Oh, how?
catch him.
Oh,
And-
good by the saints. How do you keep finding people
I
like
don't
this?
know. He was in a mirror. With a
Oh,
bunch
you're
of
a grandmother now too, apparently. Lark just mage hands Holly up.
Hi!
I grab her out of
Oh,
her
my-
mage hand and then like, be
Find
gentle
Rosie.
with her.
Find Rosie, Holly. Find Rosie.
Rosie's in a different dimension right now.
Oh, wait.
And
I have no
Rosie
idea
is
what-
at summer camp in the Feywild.
we
Oh,
have a
okay.
new friend. This is Holly, but this is the pressing matter right now. He was trapped in a mirror for 400 years.
Oh.
And I don't know what he's been eating. He's been fighting weird monsters in there with lots of eyes. And we accidentally killed him. But I revivified, and he's been in a coma since.
Okay. Well,
He's also seemingly not of sound mind, and I'll like show her the spell book. So we heard him speak a little, and it was all just nonsense like this.
oh, lovely. All right. Well, I'll get a nurse on it. And she just walks outside and she just yells, nurse!
Make sure whatever nurse you get is lightning proof, because he really likes that trick.
he's quite a good mage, yeah.
Ooh.
We have all of his spell components and everything, but
Okay, good.
Yeah, check these out.
And then a
Wait.
couple of nurses kind of
Check this
run
out.
up and
Wait.
she does some quick ordering, hands off Oscar, and they kind of wheel him away. All right. Anything else that I need to know? Thank the saints. Ethel is stable at the moment.
Oh, how is Ethel?
Can we ask her
Well,
questions?
she's progressing as well as she can. She's still suffering from PTSD and vivid nightmares, panic attacks, those sorts of things, but she can hold a conversation. She's able to converse. We have, at great expense, managed to get a therapist from morning to come down and to stay here to administer therapy sessions for her. Her dragon arm, we managed to put some magic on it to prevent it from necrotizing any more than it already had. And she is starting to show more competent fine motor control with it, but so she is progressing nicely, if a bit slow for what someone might expect, but that's, she has a lot on her plate right now.
Would it be possible to speak with her just to check in?
Maybe. She is probably eating at the moment, but
Of course, same. I'm just curious and worried.
What wound up happening to her sister?
She and quite a few other people who were found in that book that you turned over to the city guard were all tried on various charges of fraud and trafficking. And they most likely have either been fined into bankruptcy or have ended up in Darkmoor prison. I believe Madame Drintal was unable to avoid the fine and simply chose to go to prison.
That's good to hear. I don't think there's really anything else we need to tell you, but just let us know when he wakes up. He might be very valuable for learning anything about what's happening.
Also,
Yeah,
I would restrain
probably.
him.
Yes, we will probably restrain him. If he is as fond of flinging lightning as you say he is, we don't need any more damage to the hospital. We are still recovering from that.
And don't forget to tongue your ancestor. It might be the only way you can talk to him.
I'm not going to dignify that with a response. I will give me a second. And she once again walks out, nurse! And a nurse runs up and she kind of whispers with sort of, in a hushed tone and comes back. Yes, Ethel does seem to be in the mood for visitors. She's just finishing up her meal. She's on the second floor, very close to the staircase.
All right. Well, we can go pay her visits, and we'll probably just maybe hang about the city for a day or so, and yeah, we'll be around.
All right. So I'm assuming you make your way up the stairs to Ethel's room, which is pretty easy to spot. You can see her very familiar, the wheelchair that they put her in, with her back kind of to the open door as she seems to be looking out the window.
And we'll give it a soft knock.
And you just hear, she has a very soft voice. You haven't ever heard her speak before, but she has a very soft voice and she just says, come in.
Yeah, we'll walk on in. Hello. I don't think we've formally met yet, but I'm Percy. These are my friends, Lark and Rerek, and my cousin Alex. We're the ones responsible for freeing you, and we just wanted to see how you're doing.
I think I'm doing okay. They tell me that I'm doing better, but I'm not sure. But you know, I have my ups and downs, of course. But I think I'm doing okay.
I'm very happy to hear that. And really, if you ever need anything, you can. My mother is, I think she's sort of in charge of the hospital at the moment. You can always ask her or anyone else to request us. We're sort of becoming adventurers of sorts, but really, if you ever need anything, we will be happy to assist whoever we can.
Thank you. That means a lot. Everyone here has been so nice. It's been really helpful. So thank you.
Of course. We won't keep you for too long, but I think we all just wanted to see how you were doing.
Okay.
Oh.
And she just kind of sits there. It doesn't seem like she has a lot of energy to do a lot. And it does seem like a lot of the life has been sucked out of her.
I kind of wanted to ask her a bunch of questions with like procedures that they did to her.
Let's not.
So she's still like elf head, dragon arm. What else is going on?
Well, it seems the dragon arm is the only it's probably the arm of a dragonborn. But every other part of her body that has been, stitched on is slightly different skin tones. It seems that they pulled from humans and probably elves or half elves or something. The dragonborn arm was the only non-elf human body part they pulled.
Non-humanoid.
Well, dragonborn are humanoids, but
Okay, I thought they were called dragonoids.
no, they're dragonborn. They're
No,
humanoids.
The type.
They're humanoids. That's why things like charm person work on them.
Okay.
So, Ethel, darling, you seem exhausted.
Yeah, it's been taking a lot of energy out of me. I wasn't very energetic before, but this is really taking the wind out of my sails, I guess.
I mean, that's understandable. What if I told you, though, that there's a way you could not turn back necessarily, but at least not worry about the spell that they put on your arm failing at some point?
Percy looks at you very suspiciously.
I think it's fine for now. I don't really want to go through any more procedures.
Oh, no procedure, darling. But the offer's on the table. It tugs at the old blackened, shriveled strings of my heart to think about what your sister did to you. Betraying anyone isn't fine, but betraying kin? Siblings? Now that's a great way to get pushed off of a very long, tall cliff. The offer stands that if you'd like to someday, I could show you how to go to the place that your people originated from. And my people are very good at turning other people into my people, which could be a solution for your current predicament.
I'll think about it. I'm not really inclined to take the offer right now. I just want to live my life. I should probably get some rest. I need some time to digest my lunch.
Is it
Alright.
possible to like? So I just learned polymorph. To like maybe like make her look like how she normally would look like.
I think polymorph only turns things into beasts.
You need true polymorph to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need true polymorph in order to do that.
You could
Polymorph
make
only
her a
turns things into,
T-Rex.
but you couldn't make her look like what she. That's different spells entirely.
So I can't make her look like what she's supposed to look like. It has to be something.
Not with
Ow!
polymorph.
I'm sorry, my cat just jumped on me. My leg.
Oof.
What the fuck? Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you'd know polymorph wouldn't work.
Oh,
All right. Well, we'll be going. It was very good to see you.
Thank you for checking up on me.
And as we walk out, I kind of nudge Lark a little bit. I was like, "That was kind of you." If you were going to offer a seat, I was going to banish you right then and there.
Oh, Lark's just gonna do like, oh, Percy, you could try to banish me. Your magic's so clumsy, though. Who's to say it would even happen?
Well,
I don't need smoke and mirrors to point out that we have a better offering than what your people can put together for the poor girl here. And besides, someone back home could probably feed off of all that pain, and it might even be good for her in the process.
well, now it sounds a bit less nice, but
Why would it be less nice if she's feeling less pain regardless?
I'm saying, I don't think I've seen you make a genuinely selfless offer before, so that was
or maybe I could have just turned
Nice of
her
you.
into some type of pet. That way she won't be suffering.
I think she'd probably still be suffering if you just made her like a dog or something. She'd just be also a dog.
Yes. I wonder if she'd be pieces of multiple different kinds of dogs still.
All right. Well, I have no idea when my mother will contact me regarding Oscar, so
Shall we go drop off these corpse parts to what's his face at the golden
Right.
shop?
Yeah,
The
that's
shop.
probably a smart idea.
The Copper Cauldron is
Copper
the
Cauldron.
shop. Let me pull up the
See what
notes
we
for
got.
that.
Let
Because-
me see.
I mean, I know Arthur harvested, but I'm pretty sure we just shoved everything in Rerek's bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
If
we
we had, like-
have.
We have beholder eyes.
I also wrote 4 weird eyes, which I think were from the bear bug thing.
Yeah,
The bug
Lark
bear.
wanted to harvest those because they were like auto charm
With-
eyes.
Yeah. So we have
Oh.
4 of those eyes, 3 good beholder eyes, and 1 somewhat damaged beholder eye.
We fought a beholder.
Yes.
Oh my god!
You had a hell of a time
It was a
because you were
nightmare.
in the middle of its anti-magic cone the whole fight.
At least it couldn't eye beam us. We figured out when we were in the anti-magic cone, so it was limiting itself too.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So yeah,
Uh,
we can go drop off our various eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you find your way back to the very familiar Copper Cauldron with the dragon holding out the sign dangling over the door. And you open it back up into the very familiar shop front with various students of the staff of night kind of milling about. And Alex kind of It's been a while since I've been here. Just kind of looks around a little bit.
What is this? Not a popular student spot?
It's more of a back to school thing.
Oh,
School
okay.
supplies. It's not the fun stuff.
Where's the fun stuff?
The dorm parties.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. All right, I'll go to the front desk.
Mm-hmm. You see the very familiar, very tall, gold Dragonborn who turns around. Ah, welcome back. Are you looking for anything in particular? I don't think I have adventuring things per se. We are kind of it's a turnover in the new semester, so we're mostly school
Sure.
stuff.
If you don't have any new stock for us, then probably not. But we do have a few items we would like you to take a look at. Mostly, and I kind of like pull out some of a few various sorts of eyeballs.
Any kind
So
of
these, and I pull out these four, like I think it looked like sort of like a housefly head, right?
yeah, it was kind of like a weird, it was kind of like a wasp housefly. It was very
Sure.
insectoid.
I'll pull out it's four weird eyeballs and I like hold them out. So this was sort of like it had the body of a bear, but then like the head of like a housefly wasp thing.
You fought an Umber Hulk? And he kind of takes one of the eyes and he begins to, kind of, well, it's good to know that their eyes don't work after death.
Oh, it was hilarious watching how weak-willed some of my traveling companions seemed to be when they met its gaze. Adorable, really.
That does tend to happen quite a bit when people fight these things. I've heard of people killing their own party members,
Yeah, that tracks.
doing all kinds of interesting things.
Can you make something fun with the eyes? Something that says me? Because honestly, I love some of my spells are all about trickery and creeping into people's heads, and it's fun. And I do have to admit, it was cute that the creature tried to do it to me, but let's be serious now.
I think I most certainly can. As long as it's not too old, which it doesn't look like it is, I should be able to do something with it.
Wonderful. I mean, we can just standard deal. I guess you're a lot smarter than we are, especially regarding these things. So do your best and come up with a fair price for us.
Sure. I mean, these alone would probably be maybe probably about 100 gold just for all four of them.
Sure. And do you have any ideas of what you could make them into?
Well, it depends. Do you want an item that can be used over and over again, or a one and done sort of deal?
Oh, I appreciate stamina, darling. Nobody likes a quickie.
Of course. Well, these smaller ones, I regret to inform you, I will probably just have to dry them out and crush them up into a powder. You would throw the powder in the face of somebody and it would affect them in a similar way the confusion spell would affect them. But perhaps if I can manage to encase these in resin or glass, I might be able to almost make them come alive again and gives the wielder the ability to give the same Umber Hulk stare, in a sense. Hopefully, if it works. These things are rather squishy.
Well, why don't you take a look at the other eyes we've harvested?
So pull out the tentacle eyes. So these were from like a big floating head.
A beholder.
Big.
You
Sure, had,
fought
it
a
shot little
beholder?
rays out of these, and
He had
Yes.
one giant eye and a bunch of.
and when we were in the big eye, we couldn't use magic.
Yes, that's. You fought a beholder.
I blew up one of its eyes. I'm sorry, we couldn't harvest
It
that.
was this. It was this one. He blew it up.
And he kind of just takes it. Oh, I definitely know I can do something with these. They're basically made of magic. Weird magic, but magic nonetheless. I am definitely sure I can do something with these.
Amazing. Well, we can leave these in your care. Do you need some sort of down payment or anything, or?
No, I mean these are practically this would be the bulk of the expense if I were to make a magical item. I think last time we did I took the item, made an item, and if you decided to buy it, I would give you a bit of a discount for providing me with the materials. And if you weren't interested, I would simply sell it in the store. Profit either way. But these would be incredibly helpful, depending on what eye stalks you've given me. I could do all kinds of things with them, all kinds of different wands and staves and all kinds of things.
We like wands and staves. 3 of us do at least.
All right. Well, that sounds like a deal. We'll be back in I don't a week to check on things.
That sounds good. I definitely have a few student workers who can work the front while I tinker around with these in the back. Yeah, I think I will definitely be doing something with these. Is there anything else that you would like to give me, or is this any purchases you'd like to make, or is this just?
No.
I don't think we have any other monster bits. And can't think of anything that I want to request, so.
All right. Well, I guess I will see you in a week or see you around when you need to purchase something. I will certainly be here. I don't ever really take vacations, so I'll be here most likely.
All right. Thank you.
And he kind of nods and then goes back to helping a couple of students who have come up with a bunch of just a giant stack of books that look like just textbooks.
Yeah.
You do notice that a lot of the stuff has changed from like cloaks and crystal balls and things like that to books and basic wands and basic staves and things like that. A lot of some of the more valuable items have been put away and replaced with back to school student sort of stuff.
Cool.
So is there anywhere else that you would like to go on the high street in the city?
Not that I can think of.
Not really.
I'm not really sitting on a ton of cash right now, so.
You are. How much cash are you guys sitting on?
I have 600 right now.
My character sheet says 427.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I'm muted?
No, Nino.
My thing says I have 900.
Goodness, 900. Okay, so yeah, you guys
I think
definitely
I only
have.
spent my money on like 5 potions.
Mm.
So I still have a bunch.
Let's go buy some hookers and booze.
I'm a sit on my money. I don't have enough to spend around. But if you want to buy some potions, we can do that.
I mean, I still have like all.
Yeah, I have all of my potions still.
The
So
last round we bought potions.
yeah,
Yeah, you bought the shop out and then barely used them.
yeah.
Because we
It's
have
because I'm
healing
so
magic.
good at healing. I'm just so good at it.
So good. So good.
I only remember you healing me once.
I've healed everyone lots of times. I'm a good healer. I'm a good cleric. I'm really
I mean,
good
to
at
be
this.
fair, like I can count on one hand, I think, the number of times Lark's been injured. In general.
You
Yeah,
guys
they
are very
almost
good at
healed.
avoiding damage. I will say that. You guys are very good at avoiding damage.
Except
Yeah.
me. I'm very bad at it, except me.
Somehow you've become part tank, which is interesting for a wizard.
So yeah,
How
I
the
mean,
hell?
if
You
you
wanna
do
go-
want to
wanna-
go buy potions?
We could go on a spa day.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think it's just sort of we can spend the day in the city and then maybe go back to the house tomorrow if Oscar still isn't awake.
We could go see Svetlana and I would feel bad going without Arthur though. That little boy he's always so concerned with is there.
All right, so I guess we can just sort of, unless there's anything anyone actually wants to like role play, say we like spend the day, go back to my house, have some dinner, chill.
Oh yeah, we can go back to Percy's house and Lark's gonna wait to see if he can talk to Percy's dad alone.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess can I roll insight on that or something to see if I
Well,
catch
we
you
might
being
as well at this
sneaky?
point just role play it out. You guys head
Sure.
back to the house where Belladonna seems to be, as well as your father, Howard, seems to be there as well. It is still kind of alarming, Percy, that you can see the cats that Belladonna has, her invisible cats that kind of hover around her in this
Does
swarm.
she like pet them or anything?
She has, she does interact with them occasionally, reaches out and kind of scritches one of them or, that sort of thing. But they generally just kind of float around her, which is weird because you're aware that nobody else can see the cats
Yeah.
except for her and you.
So I go up to her and I'm like, so do they have like names?
No, they don't. I don't really want to name them.
Is it always the same ones or is it like different cats that cycle
I
out?
think they're all the same.
Cool.
I don't know though.
So we found this, by the way. I pull out the crown. And we've shown her this stuff before, I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think you have.
Oh, we haven't.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I guess we should. We can show her. We have like the staff and the crown, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So we found these. Hold up the staff and the crown. These are for you, apparently. But we're not gonna let you use them. Okay, put them back in the pouch.
Fair enough.
Because I think they're for the apocalypse. So
Oh, that.
yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
We don't know how to interpret what the fuck that image. It's either giving her these items would start the apocalypse.
Well, she uses them in the ritual, doesn't she?
It seems to be that from the various different interpretations that you've seen, it seems the solid facts are she has the crown, she has the staff, she has the cloak. The portal opens, Tharizdun comes out, and then you just get a whole bunch of conflicting information on what she does, what she can do, what she can't do. It's a nebulous, you don't know what happens beyond that point.
Yeah.
Sure. So I'll sort of relate it. So yeah, we don't really know what happens after, but we do know you need to have these to start it.
or
So
her having those will start the apocalypse. I don't like.
yeah.
So
I mean, I'd rather us have them than not have them, but like we're gonna
having
just
to
keep a
handle it.
healthy distance between you and this stuff.
That's fair.
See, I was under the impression we weren't telling her anything about this so that the creeping temptation wouldn't ever cross her mind. And now
was
she
that
knows
just
that
sort
we're
of an
fine.
unspoken agreement? I don't remember hearing that.
Well, I
Oh.
assumed we were intelligent enough to figure that part out, considering
Well, I thought you all wanted me to be more forthcoming with information.
forthcoming with us. Sometimes the
Yeah.
less a person knows, the better, Percy. How long
You-
have we been trying? How long have you known me?
Low key, that caught me by surprise when you just, these are for you. But
See,
like I was like, what?
I don't want to keep her in the dark. She's a
but
part
now-
of this.
now whatever creepy crawlies are festering in her head know where they're hidden to.
Well,
I
we
don't
can
think
hide
there's
them
anything
somewhere
in my
else.
head. I think that's just Percy.
Well, you both can see gross phantom cats, so
And Bella already agreed to tell me if anything weird happens. So
I feel like we should have left this with them, with Arthur.
with Arthur, you want him to take this into the Feywild?
Well, he's away. Oh,
No, we have these. We can protect them.
okay. If you say so.
Yeah, I don't think I want to start the apocalypse, whether I can stop it or not. I'd rather just not start that. So fair. Yeah. Oh,
Also, will you survive with a fireball?
what?
If I throw a fireball at you, would you survive?
Don't throw a fireball at my sister. That's
I
also just
Don't
an
want to
option.
find out.
Okay.
Rerek, we already agreed we're not killing her yet.
Or at all.
Keyword not yet.
I'm just saying, if it looks like it's down to the wire and she's about to unleash
It won't.
Hell.
a
It won't
world,
get
then
to that.
That's
I'm
what
just
I'm saying.
saying, if you happen to see a few bolts of black night firing at her, maybe
Or a
it was me,
fireball.
maybe it wasn't.
All right. Well,
No, Lark's gonna look over towards oh shit, what's her name again?
Belladonna. She's
Belladonna.
just standing there, like listening to you talk about murdering her. And she's just
Bella, no offense, darling, but pragmatism, honestly.
fair, but also ouch. How dare you? But also, yeah, I totally understand.
Like,
But in
Percy is the
significantly
only one
less
that's not
exciting
mature.
news, I might be getting my old job back. Not under Madame Drintal.
Black and
Some of my friends at the sewing that were employed want to reopen the shop under a different name. I think they decided on Black Canary. I haven't
we
quite
walked
decided if
by
I.
that. So
Yeah,
is
they
it just sort of
can-
like a run by a collective of artists?
I think that's the plan. I also think they're going to talk to that weird shop in the lower district run by those three creepy sisters and see if they want to put some stuff up in the shop. But yeah, I think it's a collective thing, not a Madame Drintal thing.
Can you go back to weird creepy shop in the lower district run by three sisters?
I think it's called the Three Sisters Pincushion or something. I forget what it is, but people go there and
There's a lot of rumors that they're hags.
yeah, there's a lot of rumors that they're hags, but I mean, there's no evidence that they are. They take money. They don't curse people that can't pay. They just are kind of creepy and make outfits kind of a little inhumanly fast. But other than that, like, I don't think they're anything magical. They're just creepy.
I feel like we should also check on that at some point, just saying. I mean, the Fae, if they are hags, it could be useful to know that there's another coven of so many covens of hags around this city, or with fingers and hooks in your realm.
We
I'm not
never
really-
went up north to deal with those hags. I'm just remembering that. We just haven't done that.
Priorities, Percy. What's one northern hamlet war between a hag coven and one of your saints versus sorting all this shit out?
I know it's just like a lot on our plates, you know?
So we should go maybe check those three out and see if they, because I don't know. Has there been any news about the Bear King? His cute little shipping company that tried to murder your father? Any word
Not
on
that I
that?
remember. I don't think there's been anything else.
Dad, they haven't reached out to you again, have they?
Nope.
I'm gonna go talk to
Good.
the dude. See if he's heard any other rumors about the business side of things in terms of the Bear King. Continue on with your conversation, loved ones. I'll be back in a minute. Lark's gonna fly to the kitchen, which is where I'm assuming, or the study. Is he making dinner at this point? Or
He is in the study,
okay.
sifting over paperwork, glasses perched on the edge of his nose, looking down with a sort of glass of whiskey, probably a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah, Lark's
Just
just
kinda-
gonna like, yeah, I'm just going to go double check on that and see if any of the Fae are dipping their toes into the mortal business plane. Carry on, and I'm gonna fly away.
Belladonna kind of gives you a weird look as you fly down the hallway. All right, well, anyway, and I guess we'll switch over
Yeah.
for a little bit with Howard as he's sort of sifting through paperwork on his desk.
Lark's gonna he's gonna fly in and be like, Howie, darling. He'll druid craft to make the study smell a little. What does the study smell like?
Whiskey and cigars, and also paper.
Oh, it's pungent in here. I'm gonna druid craft the smell of flowers in the air a little bit, like I'm a fucking Febreze.
Just walking in, dual wielding.
I mean, it is the only cantrip that I think can make smells happen.
Yes.
It's a bad cantrip, but it can make things smell good.
Yes.
Prestidigitation does taste. Druidcraft does scent.
Yes.
Ah.
I have both, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I'm just gonna Febreze the room
Uh-huh.
and be like, Howie,
And
darling.
fire can just purify everything.
How are you doing?
I guess I'm doing all right. A lot of business stuff, a lot of trades, a lot of shipments. And I gotta
Any more word from what was it? The shipping company's name was like Ursa Regis, right?
haven't seen them cross my desk.
I mean,
Um,
not since their attempted assassination plot.
Yeah. I guess it's good that we haven't heard from them again. I did hear there was some people going around and bad mouthing them, which is probably a good idea.
What can I say? I like to be proactive. Now, darling, if they're making incursions on this facet of the mortal plane, I feel like it's only fair that so does my side. So I have a product pitch for you and your cute little merchant friends.
Interesting.
Lark's gonna pull out a seed and he's gonna use Druidcraft a few times in the palm of his hand to make it grow and then bloom into its little thistle shape. And he's gonna be like, now there are a few different translations of this as thing's name, but I think the most effective for my idea is Regret Me Not. The flower that feeds on pain. Perfect to help get all of those negative emotions away from you.
I feel like that's a very niche market.
Is it though? I've only been traveling in the mortal plane for a few moons now, if that, but so many of your people are just caught in their sad, pathetic little lives, cursing things, selling out their own family and sisters. How many of
Well,
them? Just something to take the edge off, take away a little of the pain. Just throw it in a windowsill and forget about it. Push it away.
Well, you'll be competing with and he picks up the little snifter that's still full of whiskey. You're competing with alcohol as a concept.
But wouldn't the two work deliciously together?
I
You're a man of
still
business.
think it's a very niche market.
But who better to spread it than you?
I'm sure
Lark,
I can find some collectors and botanists and things that'll pay top dollar for flowers from the Feywild, but I don't think it's going to be as widespread as you think it is.
we can start small. I just think on a personal, deep to the bottom pit of my heart that these can only bring good to the poor, unfortunate souls of the mortal plane. Especially with what I be coming.
Well, best I can do is get some of my contacts, see if any of them are interested in selling plants.
Yes.
See if I can get on to them about that. Of course, I will also need to know who will be paying for the shipments. What currency, because I'm fairly sure you all don't use gold over there a lot. I don't know much about the Fae, but I have a feeling it's not gold.
I can I'll make a few contacts back home and I'll let you know. But if you can help us disperse these, I think it'll be beneficial for all parties involved.
Well, we'll see. And he kind of pulls what looks like almost a memo pad out, takes a quill and writes down something. It's a scribble, puts it back, and then slides the memo pad back. I will see what I can do, but I'm a bit busy and swamped at the moment. We're trying to move large shipments of chairs. And the logistics is a nightmare because everyone seems to want them to go everywhere. So I will see you once we get that together. I'm sure my wife will be home soon and we'll be making dinner if you all are staying for that.
Oh, of course. I mean, I was going to help you cook. That's where our friendship first bloomed, darling.
Yes, yes. All
Bloomed.
Yes, very, very funny.
Now, Howie, could you be a dear and just mums the word on this to everyone else? During our travels, Percy got a little spooked in the Feywild, and he's not going to see things from my perspective, our perspective. And doing this is going to help everyone out, financially, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, magically. So let's just keep this our little secret, okay?
All right. I will certainly do that.
Oh, you're a peach. As he says that, Lark's going to cast Druidcraft and make everything smell like peaches briefly.
I see what you did there.
Yes, I'm full of it. What's for dinner tonight, though?
I'm kind of in between some kind of mushroom risotto or another soup. Depends on how I'm feeling.
A risotto and you haven't even started it yet?
I know.
Come on, I only have so much magic in me to help you in the kitchen.
Fine, I guess risotto it is. I'll get the mushrooms. And he kind of almost throws his quill like a dart into the ink pot and leaves. You do see Lark and your father come into the kitchen.
And Lark's at that point just be like, now what would you say if we put a little skin in the risotto? Just a little skin.
I'm vegetarian.
No, I think we're going to stick with just the mushroom. You can add that on your own to your own.
What kind of skin does your family have?
I'm sure I can dig up a chicken. We bought one yesterday.
You don't have any goblin or gnome?
No.
We don't eat goblins or gnomes here.
No.
There's one that owns a jewelry shop. We're not going to just eat the owner of a jewelry shop.
I forgot how tame the mortal plane's diets were. Sometimes. Then again, our diets back home, depending on where you're at, can go from candy and unicorn dreams to the blood of small children. They're a surprisingly effective pair. Together? Oh, chef's kiss.
Let's just start on the risotto. So back to the conversation with Belladonna, Percy, Rerek, and presumably Alex standing quietly.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just chit chat, and I don't know. I don't really have anything specific to say. Maybe when Mom gets home, we can talk about Oscar. I think also, I guess while we're passing the time, while people are cooking, I'll be like, also, this is Holly. I'll like prop Holly up. We found her in the house also. She's
good.
delightful. I was thinking maybe we could take her to, I don't know, some like a school or a nursery or something.
What about
You
another
found that
toy shop?
in the house?
Well, yeah, but she's as sweet as can be. Look at her.
And she kind of, hi.
Okay, maybe we keep her here for a little while, but she'll grow on you.
Will she grow up though?
There's that charming little toy shop down by the Drinthall's old shop. The one that Ethel and her mother ran. The florist.
That's true. I remember them.
And the guy behind the counter didn't look too bad, if you ask me. He's dinner and dessert.
That could definitely be a good home for Holly.
I mean, we should probably make sure that she isn't like, oh, I don't know, a ghost or something.
Probably.
Holly, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ever filled with murderous rage or the impulse to stick a knife in someone constantly?
No, not that I can remember.
I
just like playing hide and seek.
You just want to play hide and seek.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Well, we have some time, I guess. Do you want to play hide and seek?
Okay.
Well, do you want to be a hider or a seeker?
I like hiding.
All right. I'll seek then. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'll count to 30, and I'll come find you.
Okay.
You have to stay inside of the house, though.
Yeah. And you know what? We'll kind of speed through that little section. Roll an investigation check 3 times.
No. Oh, the first one's a nat 1.
Ooh.
And then the next one is investigations plus. The next one's a 15. The next one's a 19.
Ooh. So the first time as you're searching for her, you can't find her, almost. It takes so long. You are searching everywhere. You did not know how many hiding spots your house had, especially ones that a tiny, tiny doll can fit in. It gets to the point where she ends up just giving up and coming out and just, you're really bad at this game.
Well, I'm sorry. You're a lot better at hiding than I thought you would be.
I'm really good at hiding. The
This is
second
fun.
time, it takes you a while, but you do manage to find her. This time, she has hidden in Belladonna's bedroom behind one of the curtains, which is a little hard to get to because she has all of her mannequin forms and fabric and things in the way, but you find her behind the curtain. And on your third and final round before dinner is ready, you find her in one of the cupboards in the bathroom almost instantly. And she goes, wow, you've gotten better at this.
I think I have. That was a lot of fun, Holly.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
I'm sure we have
so
lots
much
more
fun. I'm
games in the
hungry.
future.
Of course. Well, I think it's time for dinner, so we should probably stop playing.
Yeah, and you guys have a nice, lovely dinner. Of course, Holly can't eat, but she's happy to participate.
I give her a little empty teacup for her to have tea time with.
Yeah, she seems to enjoy that. And I would say this is probably a pretty good time to end the episode on a good note. Sitting around the dinner table, having a nice family dinner with a creepy doll. And we will see you all next week, and I will see you all in about 5 minutes.